Good evening, and welcome to PulseWire Reporter, where we bring you the latest and most impactful stories shaping our world. Tonight, we're covering a seismic shift in the automotive landscape. Toyota and Honda, two of the world's most trusted carmakers, are pulling back from the US market in a move that's sending shockwaves through the industry and beyond. Early this morning, Toyota announced a phased withdrawal from its US plants in Kentucky, Indiana, and Texas. The company will be drastically reducing imports, scaling back production, and shifting its focus toward niche, high-margin models rather than the mass-market vehicles that made it a household name in America. The company cited a combination of rising operational costs, intensifying market pressures, and a renewed commitment to its Asian markets and electric vehicle innovation. With global competition heating up and the EV revolution accelerating, Toyota is betting big on its future outside the US. Just hours later, Honda echoed Toyota's move, confirming a similar drawdown in its American operations, including major plants in Ohio, Alabama, and Indiana. The timing and scale of these announcements have left industry insiders stunned. Honda's CEO admitted that the US market's increasingly complex regulatory environment, coupled with rapidly shifting consumer loyalties and preferences, no longer aligns with the company's evolving global vision. The challenges of adapting to new emission standards and changing buyer habits have proven too great. For decades, Toyota and Honda have been woven into the fabric of American life, icons of reliability, value, and innovation. Their vehicles have been the trusted choice for millions of families, commuters, and businesses across the country. Today's announcements mark not just the end of an era, but the biggest shakeup in the US auto industry since Detroit's Big Three faltered. The ripple effects are already being felt on Wall Street and in communities that have depended on these jobs for generations. The scale of this retreat is staggering, and the questions it raises are urgent. Why now? What does this mean for American workers, consumers, and the future of the auto industry? We're here to break it all down and bring you the details you need to know. Stay with us. Up next, let's break down what's really driving this dramatic retreat and what it could mean for the road ahead. Why are these giants leaving? The answer: cost, competition, and politics. The 2024 American Manufacturing Revitalization Act imposed strict labor and sourcing rules, making US operations costly for foreign automakers. Meanwhile, domestic EV makers like Tesla and Rivian, plus aggressive Chinese brands, have outpaced Toyota and Honda in innovation and scale. Trade tensions and unpredictable tariffs have made long-term planning nearly impossible. Both companies are now betting on growth in Asia, where markets are expanding and regulations are more stable. By exiting the US mass market, they can focus on next-gen tech and booming Asian demand. The auto industry is in shock and recalibrating fast. Ford and GM quickly pledged to fill the gap, while their stocks surged alongside Tesla's. Toyota and Honda shares meanwhile plummeted, reflecting investor anxiety over the upheaval. Suppliers across the Midwest and Silicon Valley now face existential threats, with thousands of jobs at risk. Industry insiders say Detroit's Big Three see a golden opportunity to reclaim lost market share. Korean brands like Hyundai and Kia, with strong US investments and competitive EVs, are poised to benefit as well. International automakers are reassessing their US strategies in real time. The game board has been reset. Who will step up? The race is on. The human cost is enormous. For many families, these jobs are more than just a paycheck. They represent stability, pride, and a sense of purpose passed down through generations. Over 100,000 direct Toyota and Honda jobs and hundreds of thousands more in supporting industries are on the line. Every shift lost means another household facing uncertainty, and every layoff ripples through the local economy. Communities built around these plants face economic devastation. Local diners, hardware stores, and small businesses that rely on factory workers are already feeling the pinch, with some forced to close their doors. The Economic Policy Institute projects up to 750,000 total job losses nationwide. That's not just a number. It's hundreds of thousands of lives disrupted, dreams put on hold, and futures thrown into doubt. state and local governments are scrambling to respond, but the loss of tax revenue will hit schools and services hard. Budget cuts could mean larger class sizes, fewer emergency responders, and reduced support for the most vulnerable. The federal government promises retraining and support, but skepticism runs deep among workers. Many wonder if new opportunities will truly match the wages and benefits they've lost, or if they'll be left behind in a changing economy. "We build the best cars in the world," one union leader said, echoing the pride and frustration felt by many. Workers are determined to fight for their livelihoods and their communities. This wasn't about us, it was a boardroom decision. For many, the sense of betrayal is palpable, as decisions made far away reshape lives on the ground. The economic ecosystem around these plants is at risk of collapse. Suppliers, logistics companies, and local contractors all depend on the steady hum of factory production. The fallout will be felt for years. Families may be forced to relocate, and once thriving neighborhoods could become shadows of their former selves. America's manufacturing heartland is bracing for impact, uncertain of what the future holds, but determined to weather the coming storm together. For consumers, the car market is about to change dramatically. The exit of Toyota and Honda leaves a void in affordable, reliable sedans and small SUVs. Detroit's automakers have shifted to trucks and larger vehicles, leaving practical family cars in short supply. Hyundai and Kia are ready to step in, offering value and reliability with strong U.S. manufacturing. The EV market will consolidate around Tesla and a handful of others, while Chinese brands eye expansion. Fewer choices and higher prices are likely, especially for used Toyotas and Hondas. The era of the $25,000 family sedan may be ending. Consumers will have to adapt to a new automotive landscape. This isn't just an American story. It's a global one, affecting every corner of the world. The shifts in the auto industry are creating ripples that extend far beyond the borders of the United States. Toyota and Honda are redirecting resources to Asia, betting on explosive growth in India, Southeast Asia, and beyond. These regions are becoming the new battlegrounds for market dominance, with their burgeoning middle classes and increasing demand for vehicles. Their exit signals to other multinationals that the U.S. market is riskier than ever. This move is a wake-up call, urging companies to reassess their strategies and consider the volatility of the American market. European and Korean automakers may rethink U.S. investments, accelerating the trend toward regional economic blocs. This shift could lead to a more fragmented global market, where regional alliances become more crucial. Canada and Mexico, deeply tied to U.S. auto supply chains, will feel immediate pain as plants and suppliers lose business. The economic impact could be significant, affecting jobs and local economies. The USMCA's integrated auto sector faces a major test. The agreement, designed to strengthen North American trade, now faces challenges that could redefine its future. Meanwhile, Chinese automakers like BYD and NIO see an opening to expand globally. They are poised to capitalize on the shifting dynamics, offering competitive electric vehicles to a world eager for sustainable options. The Japanese retreat could speed up China's rise as an automotive superpower. With their innovative technologies and aggressive strategies, Chinese companies are ready to fill the void left by others. The global auto map is being redrawn, with new players emerging and old alliances shifting. This transformation is reshaping the industry landscape. The consequences will echo for years, influencing economies, employment, and the very nature of global trade. The world is watching as the auto industry navigates these turbulent waters. What's next for American auto manufacturing? The abandoned Toyota and Honda plants are valuable assets, ripe for takeover by Ford, GM, or EV startups. This is a critical test for Made in America policies. Can the U.S. rebuild its industrial base and transition to electric vehicles? Federal and state incentives will target retooling and rehiring, aiming to create high-tech jobs for the future. The crisis could accelerate America's EV transition and reshape the workforce. The end of the Toyota-Honda era is a turning point, full of risk but also opportunity. For PulseWire Reporter, I'm Anderson Cooper. Good night.